Hello and welcome to Round 4 Flicks. Today we're going to list our top 10 picks for the most recent Hollywood releases on Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Apple TV, and other platforms. You should put these movies on your watch list since they are some of the best new comedies, action, fantasy, and horror movies of 2023. Please share with us the movies you intend to view, as well as the number of new releases you have already seen. Now let's start the video. Number 10. You Are Killing Me. Beth Hannah and Jaron Lauder is the director of this mystery thriller movie. The main character of the story is Eden, who goes to the well-known Heaven and Hell event in the hopes of getting a recommendation letter from her peers' rich parents for admission to a prestigious college. But soon after she arrives, Eden is thrust into the spotlight of a search for a friend who mysteriously vanished, and she is forced to flee the house before the person who is responsible for the disappearance discovers her. But things quickly turn out differently than she had anticipated, and the situation quickly becomes a fight for her own survival. The biggest flaw of the movie is that its plot is predictable, but the upside is that it never becomes dull. Overall, the movie has great characters, an intriguing plot, a terrifying antagonist, and exciting situations that make it engaging enough to watch. Number 9. Acid Man. Alex Lehman is the director of this sci-fi drama film from 2022. The story centers around Lloyd, a reclusive resident of a remote estate dressed in UFOs. He has a tense relationship with his daughter Maggie and has gained the nickname Acid Man among the locals. However, soon after, his daughter Maggie appears to deliver a crucial piece of information. The two have trouble communicating, and they regularly turn to off-topic conversation starters to keep things going. However, a startling truth is revealed when their daughter Maggie tags along on one of his UFO adventures. It's the tale of a daughter trying to connect with her father, and the addition of the UFO element succeeds in making it more interesting than it would normally be. However, don't expect the presence of aliens because the story focuses primarily on Lloyd and Maggie's experiences, both present and past. In general, if you want to watch a unique story, check out this one. Number 8. Ghosted. Dexter Fletcher is the director of this 2023 romantic action-adventure movie. The story revolves around Cole, whose daily life unexpectedly improves after meeting Sadie and starting a messaging relationship with her. However, as the days pass, he becomes more desperate in his attempts to contact her, and out of desperation, he decides to take a dangerous trip to London in search of the woman he loves. However, when he arrives, he learns that he has been mistaken for a well-known spy, and that a horrifyingly terrifying outlaw is searching for him. During this time, Cole learns the truth about Sadie's work, and the two of them set out on a worldwide mission to protect the environment. But despite not being a high-octane action movie like The Gray Man, the movie still succeeds in telling a gripping tale that will keep you on the edge of your seat with its thrilling action and intriguing twists and turns. The movie's fascinating story and stunning photography contribute to its extremely high overall quality. Number 7. The Portable Door. It is a fantasy-adventure movie from 2023 that was directed by Jeffrey Walker. The plot revolves around Paul Carpenter and Sophie Pottingell, two recent graduates, who start working at a mysterious London company and gradually come to the realization that their managers are anything but typical. Meanwhile, a formidable adversary led by senior executives Dennis Tanner and organization CEO Humphrey Wells is reshaping the magical realm by substituting modern business strategies for traditional planted rituals. While the massive company's true intentions were revealed to Paul and Sophie, they set out to thwart them using witchcraft, magic, and other means. This movie will bring to mind the very memorable when compared to the Harry Potter movies, but it does have a nice lighter plot with just enough magic, fantasy, and adventure, but its purpose isn't to entertain people of all ages. Number 6. SHAZAM: Fury of the Gods. It is a superhero action-adventure movie from 2023 based on the DC Comics character Shazam, and it's the follow-up to the excellent 2019 movie Shazam. The plot revolves around young boy Billy Batson, who has supernatural powers and can transform into a superhero by saying the magic word Shazam. As a vengeful band of ancient supernatural beings travels to Earth in search of the power that was wrongfully taken from them long ago, Billy Batson and his group are still figuring out how to balance teenage life with their adult superhero image. To stop them and avert disaster, Billy and his companions are forced into a battle for their very lives' extraordinary abilities. The last film was far better than this one, but despite its flaws it is still engaging and enjoyable to watch. It is quirky, full of terrific action moments, and still a lot of fun. Number 5. Scream 6. The first 5 films in the Scream horror film series must have been seen in order to fully appreciate and comprehend the interconnected stories in this 6th part. However, if you're simply watching the movie for fun or to pass the time, you don't need to have seen the other 5 films. Typically, a Scream franchise centers on a killer who calls his victims and makes them answer questions if they want to live. Anyone who doesn't respond to his question either dies or fights to survive. There is a new Ghostface killer in Scream 6 who preys on those who were assaulted previously together with the cast of Scream 5. Characters from prior films return in this one, and they help one another as they struggle to survive a sudden murderer who goes on a killing spree. After the original, this is unquestionably the finest Scream movie in the series. The intensity, tension, and interesting plot keep you intrigued and thinking throughout. People who haven't seen the prior movies might find it less interesting, but it's still enjoyable. Number 4. Dark Entities. Brandon McLammer is the director of this horror thriller. The story follows the 3 Winters children as they settle into the mysterious home they acquired in the wake of a terrible disaster that occurred in 1977. Shortly after they move into their new home, they discover that it has sinister secrets that could jeopardize everything they value. Unable to find any logical explanations for what is happening, they are forced to seek the help of a paranormal investigator as their situations become dangerous because they must perform dangerous tasks. The narrative offers a pleasurable experience while tackling a terrible issue in a sinister yet gratifying manner. Dark creatures are successful in inspiring real tension and anxiety, which frequently heightens the impact of the horror components in the story. Number 3. Clock. It is a 2023 Alexis Jackno-directed horror mystery movie. The story follows a woman named Ella who, under social pressure to start a family from her circle of relatives, enrolls in a scientific study to try and correct her biological clock, which seems to be malfunctioning. Ella is referred to Dr. Elizabeth Simmons, who is working on a novel strategy to correct a biological cycle in women who don't want to have children. After this, Ella decides to pursue counseling. This is when things start to get strange and the horror element of the story begins. I won't say anything about it to prevent spoilers. With fewer creatures and jump scares than other horror films, Clock is a disturbing horror story. You shouldn't miss this well-made horror movie overall since it has a distinctive horror story experience. Number 2. The Artifice Girl. Franklin Rich is the director of this sci-fi thriller movie. The story revolves around a team of special agents who discover cutting-edge technological programming to attract and apprehend online criminals. However, soon after teaming up with the software's irate developer, they learn that the artificial intelligence is quickly going beyond the scope of its initial objectives and has begun creating unexpected problems and worrying implications for the development of science and humanity. Despite having a limited budget, the story is high concept. Who appreciate original sci-fi stories will like this one. While the lack of traditional sci-fi action may turn off some viewers, the movie's main selling point is its astounding and original subject matter, which will amaze you. Number 1. Summoning Sylvia. Wesley Taylor and Alex Wise are the directors of this comedy horror movie. In the movie, Larry is held hostage by his 3 closest friends for the weekend so they can visit a terrifying mansion. The folklore of the house dates back a century, and as the companions make their way through the dark hallways, they discover a legend about a cruel mother named Sylvia who murdered her son and buried him beneath the building's wooden flooring. They arrange for a rambunctious person to call the evil Sylvia, though, and that's when the fun truly begins. The group soon learns that there are more individuals in the house than they had anticipated, and the situation quickly takes a terrible turn. This movie is highly entertaining due to its excellent blending of comedy and horror. The tale is so amusing, exciting, and captivating that it makes you laugh, jump, and applaud. That is all for today. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel to view future videos about suggested movies and television shows.